Movile is the largest mobile platform in Latin America. We have 20 million monthly active users in all our products. Basically, we license content and we distribute content and sell content to end users using mobile carriers as partners to distribute and charge users for the content. And also Google and Google Play Store, Apple Store, and Facebook to take this content and monetize this content selling to end users. We are very good in mobile, and we are very good in growing and monetizing mobile projects, so we can help startups to grow fast in that specific area. To learn how to build a global company, how to interact with startups, how to interact with investors, how to interact with partners, how to bring first-class talent people to help us to go global. Culturally, if an entrepreneur fails, it's super complex, it's difficult, it's a bad thing to fail. Here in Silicon Valley, failing is the same that it means that you are gaining experience. So you are a more mature entrepreneur if you fail once, or one, two, or three times. And in emerging markets, in the past years, we see a lot of investments in copycat companies. For example, we saw in the last 4 years the Groupon business model, and we saw tons of little Groupons in emerging markets in other countries growing and succeeding, or growing a lot. I think the entrepreneur needs to avoid being extremely passionate for his project. He needs to validate his idea. I'm not saying that he needs to love the company, his job, of course, but he needs to have a more rational vision of his product and validate this with the end user. Sometimes we listen a pitch from an entrepreneur. He's so passionate for the idea that he's blind. He don't see the reality. So when you validate with users, real users, you have you trust more in the idea. So I think the main point, validate your idea with your customers. Don't be extremely passionate that you are blind. Don't be blind. I think the money is the result of the process. I think during the process, the entrepreneur needs to learn. So when you talk with an investor, try to learn with the investor. Ask for his opinion. So sometimes you have great feedbacks. So don't be 100% focused on the money, but be focusing in validating your plan, validating your idea, learning with the investor. Because sometimes one feedback can make a lot of difference in your company. So try to learn with the investor, exchange ideas, ask for some help or advice, and this can be the beginning of a long-term relationship. We don't talk with people that has only PowerPoints. We love to talk with people that has the product launch. We don't care about problems in the product. Of course, we love good products, but we don't expect that the startup has a perfect product. But we talk with companies that already launched the product. They have users coming to the product, using the product, sending feedbacks to the product. I think we talked with more than 100 startups in 1 year. We invested in one startup that it was iFood in Brazil. We invested $2.5 million in this startup. But we are open to make 5 to 10 more investments in the next 12 months. Our vision is we will be the largest mobile company in the world. So we want to invest in projects that share the same vision. So the size of the market is super important. And profit is always very good, but in the early stage, we see engagement and user satisfaction the most important point. Sometimes we close a partnership, for example, and we develop a marketing plan and we invest in marketing to help the company, and we have a revenue share agreement for 1 year just to be closer, to analyze better how is to work together. So sometimes the investment is not an investment in the company, it's an investment in the project as a partner, a business partner, and then later this can be a real investment. So we love to do, by the way, we love to do this. We love to close a deal where we invest $100,000 to a marketing campaign and be closer from the entrepreneur. And then after 6 months working together, we can invest in the company. So this is a good example where we are doing great. Engagement for us is all about analytics. So the entrepreneur understands the product and the user experience. He's in charge of this. What we do, we bring a lot of analytics experience and measurement to understand if that product and that user experience is showing engagement. So we don't invest $1,000 to take out X thousand dollars. No. We invest in companies that will go global, that agree and share the same vision. So we don't have any plan to sell anything. We just have plans to growth. This is the philosophy. Maybe an IPO is a good exit. IPOs are, we love, you will grow a lot and maybe we will have an IPO. Yeah, this is a good exit strategy, but we don't think about exit, we think about growth. Be open to learn. I think the good entrepreneurs, they are passionate, what is good, but they are always open to learn. So this is the main advice. And of course, you have to be in touch with Silicon Valley. In Silicon Valley, there is no another Silicon Valley around the world. This is the unique, something unique. So you have to be here, or you have to be connected with Silicon Valley. So listening people from Silicon Valley, how they work, how they think, is a very good advice. And be always open to learn.